to help us navigate and tell the legendary history. One of the premier custom truck dealers, lifted trucks. We got Mike Halland. Mike, hey, thanks for hanging. You there?
Yeah, so we, like you said a little bit ago, we started back in 1995, and we started just building custom trucks around 1998. So obviously we have a lot of experience in this industry, and, we care about our customers a lot. And so we have, as a result, we have a really high rate of repeat customers.
But talk to us about how serious it is regarding the workmanship and, well, your pride and passion about what you guys are doing there at Lifted Trucks to actually present a reliable lifted truck.
Yeah, it's crucial. I mean, it comes down to the brand that you use, who installs it, how it's installed, alignment, the parts that surround the lift kit. And, we have over 20 years experience of dealing with that. And, the parts over the years have progressively gotten better. And, I mean, you get in a 6-inch lifted truck now and it drives like a Cadillac. Back in the 80s, it would be all over the road.
Yeah, if you go out and you're off-roading, it's time to recheck everything. How important is that?
It's pretty important. I mean, especially if you have a new lift kit, things tend to loosen up. Once it's kind of settled in and tight, then you should be okay. You don't necessarily have to do it after every off-road use, but it is recommended by the lift manufacturers. So, I mean, I would definitely recommend it if you have a shop nearby or a mechanic that you use. Just go in and just have them make sure that everything's tight. It doesn't take very long. It's very easy for the shop to do.
You guys have coined and own your own lift patent. Do I get that right? You have your own kit, correct?
Our fabricators over at our shop worked with a lift kit company, and they designed one of the main suspension kits that we use. It basically just has no spacers. It's all strut, so it creates a smoother ride and a better ride on the street and off-road. And yeah, it was their idea, a collaborative design, and it worked out really well. So we use that along with other reputable brands like ProComp. We use, Fox Racing, Camberg. We basically anything. I mean, it just depends on what people's needs are, right? So if they're like, hey, I want to jump my truck, that's going to be completely different than somebody that just wants to do light off-road.
Do people request goofy kind of things that you just got to say, no, we don't specialize in that in terms of lifts? What are some of the crazy projects?
We probably would draw the line at Prius. I mean, the sky's kind of the limit. We also lower trucks. We do level kits. I mean,
I love that.
Yeah, there's a lot that we can do, man.
How is COVID? I know that in general, we're all in the automotive industry, that we definitely didn't get punched in the belly like the restaurant industry or the hospitality industry. How did you guys fare through that whole spell? Let's take all of last year.
Well, I'll tell you, man, I mean, it didn't turn out the way that anybody thought. I mean, when it started, we were all thinking, oh my God, like this is really, really bad. And people aren't going to want to go into dealerships, and they're not going to be buying vehicles. And kind of the opposite happened, which was very strange. But, one cool thing that I have to give these guys props to are the owners of the company basically straight up said, nobody's getting laid off. We're going to keep everybody here. So, rest easy. And I mean, that just shows you what kind of company and what kind of guys they are, and that was a big deal. And so, it gave us a little bit of peace of mind, but not completely. And as time went through, we noticed that there was just a huge explosion in off-roading and RVs and, people going out to the lakes because they just wanted to get out. And, everyone was recommending distancing. And what better way to get out and distance than keep your personal crew with you and get out and do something, go to the lakes or camp or, so the industry in general just kind of took off. Frame lifts are no bueno. You don't want to do that.
Thank you. Why? Tell us why.
I'm not a mechanic, but basically you're compromising the structure of the vehicle. You're basically, instead of the frame just being mounted,
that makes sense. Yeah.
Frame, you're lifting the body off of it, and you're extending cables and just doing all kinds of things that you don't want to do. So you really never want to do that. If you're gonna lift a vehicle, you want it to be straight suspension.
How important is it to address the brake system when you go upstairs with a lift?
Well, that's a safety issue, man. You can't let things like that happen if you're a reputable shop or reputable business, because you won't last. So yeah, those are all things that's why you have to get your truck. If you're going to get a lift or you're going to buy a lifted truck, you want it to be from a professional.
As you guys have a long-standing tradition regarding charitables,
Yeah. So one of the owners of the company thought it'd be a cool idea. We really look at our customers as an extended family, and we were trying to figure out a way where we could get some of them together and just do something fun, outside of just selling vehicles. And so we set up this little drive. It's going up to Crown King, and it's right now it's closed to customers, but we plan on bringing this back out. And this is just the first annual run that we've done, and we're donating. It's $20 for a ticket, and we're donating that money to Arizona Kids Experience, which is a charity that benefits the Phoenix Children's Hospital.
100% of that. That is awesome.
Yeah, 100% of that, and we're matching it, and we're going to provide lunch and merchandise to anybody to the customers who attend. Nash is doing the exact same thing. And, they're good guys. They're in the same industry, and we're looking forward to it. It's going to be fun, and we're already looking at other locations. So we're going to get this one, out of the way and hopefully have a great time. And then we're going to start looking at other locations and expanding it. Thanks, man. That means a lot. Yeah, we feel it's important to give back. Absolutely. And we give to some other charities as well. This community has been good to us for a really long time. And, you can't forget about the people that are out there hurting. So that's what we do.
Spot on. Awesome job. Now, give me an idea. I walk onto your lot. I see I'm like drooling. I'm seeing all these beautiful, gorgeous lifted trucks. What kind of variety, if you speak to someone that may be looking for a lifted truck, what would you tell them if they were visiting one of your locations?
Gosh, you really can't go wrong with any of them. They're all really high quality vehicles. It's kind of a matter of taste and color and, miles and options. One thing I think is important to look at is a level kit versus a 6-inch lift, because a lot of people think, oh, those trucks are too big for me. I heard your partner there talking about that. She's like, I wouldn't be able to get into one. So there are a couple of different options. One is, the amp steps, which basically you open the door, they drop down, you close the door, they come back up. So it's basically just like going up a step. It's pretty easy. That's one option. The second option is a level kit, which basically just brings the front end up a bit and gives you clearance for a little bit meatier tire for off-road use. And also it helps for off-road use as far as the suspension as well. It gives you a little bit more clearance. And that's what I use. I like the level kit. And it also fits in a standard garage, which is important to a lot of people. So it's not overly big. So that's a good option for somebody that just wants something custom. They want to get outside. They want to get off-road. They don't want to get stuck. They can go level kit, and that's a good option as well.
Lifted trucks, man, you got it all under one roof.
Yeah, there's value and quality, right? We're probably not the cheapest place in town, but, we even our lift kits cost, for most of our competitors, I'm not going to mention names, but our lift kits cost twice as much as the ones that many of these companies use. We're all about that, definitely. You can look at our reviews and see what people are saying. And, companies that aren't doing the right thing don't say, hey, look at our reviews. You know what I mean? A Jeep is amazing. There are a lot of Jeep people that are very, very loyal to just owning Jeeps. And I'll tell you, they're unreal off-road. We did one, and we did a promotional video for this 2-door Jeep that we had, and they put a Fox suspension setup on it. And I've never driven a Jeep that's just floated over bumps and whoops and off-road like this thing did. It was pretty amazing.
It was tight, yeah.
If somebody wants to just come and look around and they tell the salespeople, hey, I don't want to deal with anybody right now, I just want to look. Or if they want assistance, we'll cater to whatever people want. We're not going to, I
love that. You rock, brother.
We don't overwhelm people.
Mike Halland, you rock, brother. Of Lifted Trucks, Mike Halland, you rock. Thank you so much for joining the show.
Thank you, guys. You're the best. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.